Hi everyone, so it's 10 weeks since I started out here on the streets of YouTube, and I'm here today to give you an update on what the journey has been like for me. As an introverted individual, I gave a lot of thought. I think like every other introvert will do. I gave a lot of thought about starting out here on YouTube because I'm somebody who prefers to be in the background and watch people instead of being the life of the party. So I've had to then remind myself that my journey is less about being loud and everywhere, but more about showing up as authentic me and while learning to manage my energy as I put myself out there. So when I chose to come out to the streets of YouTube and talk about mental health and menopause, I knew that these are not necessarily the topics that everyone wants to hear about, because even in our own spaces with people that we work with or our family, we sometimes try and hide that, hey, I've been diagnosed with, I have a mental health diagnosis, or I'm dealing with a mental health issue at a moment. So I knew that wanting to have these conversations out on the streets of YouTube, it's about sharing my story and hopefully encouraging people to start conversations in their own spaces. So I appreciate everyone who's participating in this community and coming along with me for the journey, because I do believe that we can change and build communities one conversation at a time. One of the surprising things that YouTube has helped me grow in is really just confidence in myself. I know in real life I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And one of my biggest fears starting out here on YouTube was that people will find me boring and click off immediately. Of course, it's happening when I look at the viewer duration on the analytics. However, I know that I do that as well with channels that don't resonate with me. So I've actually learned that it's nothing personal. I will be other people's cup of tea, and for others I am not, and it's okay, because you remain in a community where you feel a sense of belonging and that it's taking care of what you came out here looking for. And one of the things that has been challenging is really feeling like I'm 21 again, starting out in my career, because as I shared earlier, I had to learn everything basically. So I'm realizing that learning all these technical skills that one needs to put together a video, because you basically are your producer, your screenwriter, your director, also the main character, something that could be done, but it's quite humbling. So I've had to realize and tell myself that this is not your finance career where you were the lead whatever on this project or leading a team of whatever. Here you are a newbie and you have to learn everything from scratch. But it did knock my confidence, and I've had to come back and be like, hey, everybody starts from somewhere. Even those who are successful today on the streets of YouTube, they didn't start and they were a success. And there are always lessons in these steps that you take, and you learn something and you come back and you do it better tomorrow. Because looking at the video I posted last week and the very first video, there is a huge difference. I'm even embarrassed to look at my very first video. But here are two things that have lifted up my spirit and lit up my soul in the past weeks. We have grown to 15 subscribers. One way I've seen growth, not just by number of subscriptions, but personally and emotionally. I've become more comfortable with who I am, and I am finding my voice and actually liking the sound of it. I've learned to embrace my introversion and have found ways to thrive without feeling like I have to be constantly on. I'm gonna continue showing up for myself first and for you, so that we may start these conversations and build communities. I'm excited to see where the next couple of weeks takes me, and I hope you'll stick around for the ride. Thank you for watching.